Tremendous from all men involved. Di Lorenzo. Gissa back into Di Lorenzo. How his career has taken off these last 5 seasons. Along with Empoli now, this is 4th with Napoli. Winner of the Euros with Italy. Referee's whistle goes again. Well, we saw against Lecce that they took the lead with Elmas, only to be stunned by that shot by Colombo. As we see Cravatelli again nutmeg both players incredibly, but Nicolau, with his arms well behind his back, managed to make the block. Don't see that too often. A double nutmeg. Dumbale also started against Lecce in the first half, then was substituted, was on the bench in the Champions League. Cravatelli. Marui down. First time attempt by Raspadori. Big day for Raspadori. He scored 2 goals against Spezia at the Pico last season.
And he draws the foul and Spezia have a free kick and a chance to breathe.
Interesting player as well, Ndombele. Which version will we get of him? We covered a lot of this player when we were doing Ligue 1 matches. He was so good at Lyon. That's what prompted Tottenham to make him a big money signing, but just wasn't able to really show consistency. Some questions about his work rate, his fitness. But will we get him motivated in Ndombele now that he's come down to the south of Italy? That's the big question.
2019, he won Champions League and Ligue 1 best 11 honors. The ball is flagged in back post. It's a good delivery for Zola, and it leads to a corner, the first of the match for Spezia. Zola scored from the spot here. Spezia's 2-1 win in January of 2021. The visitors actually have a 100% record in Serie A. The two previous visits to the Maradona, they won both. Lorenzo, who's slow to get up. 10 minutes gone in Naples. It's a wasted set-piece opportunity for Spezia. They will have a throw. They won their season opener, as mentioned, against Napoli, a goal to nil. Since then, they picked up just 2 of a possible 12 points. A couple of away losses to Inter and Juve, a couple of home draws against Sassuolo and Bologna. It's been a high degree of difficulty to the start of the season. Already facing the likes of Inter, Juve, and now Napoli. And it's only match day 6. It's a wonderful throw to the heart of the box. And the less said about that effort from Bastoni, the better. He is their attacking engine. Simone Bastoni. Couple of goals and assists, team high, 10 chances created. Had the assist in that win over Empoli. Scored goals in both the home draws against Sassuolo and Bologna. There is a likely Spezia goal scorer, it's him. Former Italy Youth International as well, Bastoni, now 25 years old. Local kid as well, he's from La Spezia. Living the dream in Serie A. Short options. Stragowski, who will raffle it into the middle. Down neatly and done well to win possession here. Spezia. Prezza. Aggressive from Ndombele, and the referee saw nothing wrong with it. Still in Ndombele, and how's the whistle? The foul's called against Bastoni.
And that's Ndombele at his best, winning back balls, but his dribbling as well. Both him and Anguissa getting forward. There isn't really a natural replacement for Lobotka, someone who just sits in front of the defense and acts as that deep line playmaker.
How good has Lobotka been at the start of this season, just orchestrating in the midfield for Napoli, getting a much-deserved break in this match, heavily rotated. 5 changes again for Napoli.
I think it's fair to call him the Slovak Marco Verratti.
Politano bamboozles his marker Rezza and gets clipped on the way through.
Also, one of the choices for Spalletti was whether to play Lozano or Politano midweek, and he went with Politano. Lozano hasn't really gotten going on this right wing. I still think it's not his best position. When he was scoring and assisting in the Dutch league, it was usually as a left-sided winger cutting in. But as a right winger, it kind of changes the whole dynamic of his game. He's more of a crosser, playmaker, which was never really his forte.
So what did you make of Spalletti's decision to start Raspadori instead of Cholito Simeone, fresh off of his Champions League goal?
There's no real wrong answer. Yes, Simeone came off his best season, 17 goals with Hellas Verona, but Raspadori is one of the best young Italian attackers. You got to give them all some minutes. Raspadori, one of the players that's looking to fight for a starting role permanently. It's a good problem to have.
And it's given away to Zambo Anguissa. Squared across Di Lorenzo. Kvara! Oh. It's denied by Dragowski. And an important intervention by Holm.
Oh, Kvara did well to just slice through that ball. He gets that effect where it's curling inside. It was headed for the bottom corner, but forces a good save from Dragowski. Oh, it's really poor clearance there, and Anguissa is able to pickpocket far too easily. That's good technique. That was headed for the bottom corner.
Quarter of an hour in. As you might expect, Kvara's been the most threatening of the 22 players on the pitch. It's knocked down by Juan Jesus. And Kvara's knocked down himself. Free kick Napoli. Impressed both abroad and domestically. Napoli, they're just coming off of that 2-1 win over Lazio, a come-from-behind victory in Rome. Stretched their unbeaten start to 9 games going back to last season. Last defeat was away to Empoli in April when they were up 2-0 and it gave up 3 unanswered goals in the final 10 minutes of that match.
You could hear the audible gasp when Kvara was knocked over. He's not far away from becoming a Georgian UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Just a walking World Heritage Site. Since that defeat to Empoli, 7 wins and a couple of draws for Napoli. Bacchio from Zambo Anguissa, Politano in a battle with Renza. And he'll get a corner kick out of it.
And Zambo, he's really raised his game, hasn't he? How about that bit of skill? Still think he should have gone with just Zambo on the back of the kit.
Well, he's got plenty of names to choose from. Frank-Andre Zambo Anguissa.
Should do a poll. Which one's your favorite? I vote for Zambo.
In swinger near post, and finally a good delivery. It's intended for Di Lorenzo. He's got the most set-piece goals of any team in Serie A. Napoli, 4, and all 4 from corner kicks. It's his 9th season in Serie A for Mario Rui, his 6th with Napoli. He was brought over by Maurizio Sarri, who had him at Empoli. Excuse me, at Roma. Di Lorenzo. There's quite a few of Sarri's Empoli players that were brought over to Napoli. Zielinski, Mario Rui.
Hysaj, Valdifiori. Valdifiori being the one that really did not work. The Pirlo of the Provincia. Provincial Pirlo, they used to call him.
And an absolutely sensational season when Empoli made it back into the top flight. Dealt with by Kivior. Whistled against the Spezia captain Giazzi. The international just catching Ramadi.
Spezia are doing a pretty good job just settling into that low block when they know Napoli's going to hold on to a big stretch of possession. Some of the quality on the bench. Oliveira, Cholito, who had that great moment after scoring, kissed his tattoo, which somehow he was able to get at 13 years old. I'm not sure who was the person who gave it to him, but maybe it should be investigated.
Diego himself, to be honest.
Always wanted to play and score in the Champions League, and he did so against Liverpool.
Smartly knocking it back to Dragowski. An experienced goalkeeper coming off of his 100th Serie A appearance last week, that 2-2 draw against Bologna. Looks a little shaken up here. It's the ones that don't come from any contact that we have to worry about the most. Seems to be favoring that left quad. Might Spezia have to change their goalkeeper. Jeroen Zoet, the Dutch 31-year-old, is on the bench, and for all the experience that Lewandowski has, only 14 career Serie A matches for his backup, the ex-PSV man. The third goalkeeper is a 20-year-old Bosnian, Peter Zovko. Gotti. He's yet to win in 5 previous matches against Napoli. Drew the very first meeting. He was at the helm of Udinese, and since then 4 straight losses. Luciano Spalletti, who needs no introduction. 2-time Serie A Coach of the Year. Can he finally lead Napoli to the promised land? It's been 33 years since certain Diego Maradona, it's a statue in the tunnel and stadium named after him, led Napoli to their last Scudetto.
What about how different the narrative has been for Spalletti ever since he had that interview a month ago where he's trying to calm down the fans, telling them that everything's going to be okay, that it's a process.
He was being yelled at by a section of Napoli fans who were not happy with how things had gone. They'd seen 4 big locker room presences leave in the summer transfer window, and a handful of names they could hardly pronounce step in to replace them. Juan Jesus. It's a clever ball for Kvara.
I mean, Kvara hasn't just replaced Lorenzo Insigne. He has been a net improvement over the last 18 months of Insigne. It only took him 2 weeks to match all the goals from Insigne in open play.
Here they come once more, Napoli. It's Elmas. Perhaps one touch too many. And Raspadori getting in each other's way. It's a heavy touch by Rezza, who's challenged by Di Lorenzo. And Giza instinctively finds Ndombele. Mario Rui. Kvara. Lovely ball for... And Giza stings the gloves of Dragowski.
So smart, sees that everyone inside the box as well. Mark just pulls it back, looking for that run at the edge of the box, and all Anguissa has to do here is side-footed. Takes the pace off the ball. It is central. Great work from Elmas, though. It was really his run down the middle that started off this entire attack for Napoli.
If memory serves me, wasn't that eerily similar to Anguissa's goal against Liverpool? That pull back to the edge of the 18. He's got the second most touches in Serie A this season, Anguissa, behind one of, rather third most, behind one of his teammates, Minje, and Bremer. He's the only one in the top 5 that isn't a central defender. And with
Anguissa, Zielinski, Labarca playing so well, you hardly remember Napoli's best midfielder who left, Fabio Ruiz.
Kvara, and the crowd on their feet. Still Kvara.
Oh,
Kvara!
Kidding me.
And Dragowski denies us a world-class goal.
I mean, just think of a young fan. If you're maybe a 13-year-old Napoli fan watching on, this is the kind of player that really gets you excited about football. Every time he touches the ball, it's just pure enjoyment. Just the mazy dribbling. Never know if he's going to go right foot or left foot. We've seen him score it with his left foot, drilling it across goal. We've seen him finish with his right, curling it past the keeper.
Raspadori. Elmas did really well to get past his marker. Elias Elmas looking for an opening at the near post. Deflection will take it wide. And Dragowski is down once more. Was it just out of frustration? Look at this touch.
He's a very technical player. He's got quick feet. Elias Elmas.
Versatility as well. He's played as a trequartista. He's played as a central midfielder.
out wide as well.
It's Raspadori to deliver. And the corner comes in flat. Mario Rui catapulted into the area for Raspadori, settled neatly. Aggies. Politano. It's a crowded 18.
Oh, Cavada wanted it. He was all alone outside the box.
Posted by Di Lorenzo, back posted, overcooked for Elmas. As though two Spezia players might have collided just inside the 6-yard box, and it was Kivio who took the worst of it. For all of the accolades and the wonderful career that Luciano Spalletti has had, it's not exactly lined with trophies. His best silverware to date was a pair of Coppa Italia back in 07 and 08, back-to-back with Roma.
Just to go back to your point about Raspadori and Simeone asking why one was chosen over the other, I would assume it's because you know Spezia is going to play a low block. Don't have that room to run in behind.
Di Lorenzo arriving in the 18.
So when there isn't much room to operate in, a player with Raspadori's characteristics should work better given how shifty he is. He's not the quickest in a straight line. He's not going to be like Simeone or Osimhen, who are good when the game is stretched and they can make the run past the shoulder of the last defender. You're just not going to have that space in this game.
João Jesus. Giazzi. Did well to hold on to possession, but only for a moment. Giazzi. Instantly Napoli have it back. We've camped out in Spezia's half for much of the opening 27 minutes. Lifted instinctively toward Elmas. Cavada curled toward the back post, and both Politano and Raspadori waiting, was overhit by the Georgian.
You're seeing Cavada and Elmas really flip-flopping positions. Elmas is making some runs down the left-hand side. That's going to be such a tough test for the defenders. Ampadu, Kivior on that side of the Spezia backline. Cavada just overhits it. 2 runs at the back post. Just too much height on the ball.